Top 10 unbelievable animal adaptations that shock scientists. In the vast and brutal theater of the animal kingdom, survival is a relentless game of extremes. For billions of years, life has been locked in an evolutionary arms race, pushing creatures to develop ever more sophisticated tools for hunting, hiding, and enduring. But some animals don't just play the game. They seem to operate on an entirely different level, breaking the very rules of biology as we know them. Evolution is typically a story told over millennia, a slow and gradual process of refinement. Yet every so often, it produces something so profoundly bizarre, so unexpectedly brilliant, that it leaves scientists in sheer disbelief. We're talking about abilities that feel ripped from the pages of science fiction, from animals that wield homemade chemical weapons to those that appear to defy the laws of physics. Today, we're counting down the 10 most unbelievable animal adaptations that have left scientists stunned and scrambling for explanations. From a mammal that hunts with a sixth sense that detects electricity to a frog that wields its own broken bones as weapons, these are nature's undisputed masterpieces of weird and wonderful ingenuity. Prepare to witness the boundaries of biology being redrawn as we explore the adaptations that prove the impossible can and does become possible. Number 10, lizard that turns into a dead leaf. Coming in at number 10, our journey begins in the remote rainforests of Madagascar, an island famous for its unique wildlife. Here, we find the satanic leaf-tailed gecko, a creature whose very survival depends on a level of camouflage that borders on the supernatural. Its name, Uroplatus fantasticus, translates to imaginary flat-tail, a nod to its almost mythical appearance. Its entire body is a near-perfect replica of a dry, decaying leaf. The mimicry is astonishingly detailed, complete with jagged edges, leaf-like veins patterned onto its skin, and even fake missing chunks and notches in its tail to complete the illusion of decay. To make the disguise absolute, the gecko flattens its body against branches to eliminate its shadow, and dermal flaps along its body break up its outline, making it virtually invisible. But if it is spotted, it has one last startling trick up its sleeve. It throws open its jaws to reveal a shockingly bright red mouth and lets out a loud, distressful scream to startle the predator long enough to escape. It's a true master of disguise and deception. Number 9, egg-laying mammal with electric superpowers. For number 9, we head down under to the rivers of Australia to find the platypus, an animal so strange that when European scientists first saw a specimen, they were convinced it was a hoax, a taxidermist's prank. Its weirdness is legendary, but two adaptations in particular elevate it to a league of its own. First is its revolutionary hunting strategy. The platypus hunts at the bottom of murky rivers with its eyes, ears, and nostrils completely shut. It finds its prey using its soft, rubbery bill, which is packed with nearly 40,000 electroreceptors, more than any other mammal. As it sweeps its head from side to side, it senses the tiny electrical fields generated by the muscle contractions of its prey, like shrimp and insect larvae. This allows it to build a precise 3D map of its surroundings in total darkness. Second, male platypuses are one of the few venomous mammals in the world. They possess sharp, hollow spurs on their hind legs capable of delivering a potent venom. This venom is produced primarily during mating season, suggesting its main use is in fights over females. While it can paralyze smaller animals, in humans it causes excruciating, long-lasting pain that is famously resistant to morphine. A mammal that lays eggs, hunts with a sixth sense, and carries reptile-like venom, the platypus doesn't just bend the rules, it rewrites them entirely. Number 8, insect that shoots boiling acid cannons. Our number 8 spot goes to an insect armed with what can only be described as a biological cannon, the bombardier beetle. Found on every continent except Antarctica, this unassuming beetle has a defense mechanism that is both brilliant and terrifying. When threatened, it initiates a violent chemical reaction inside its own body. It stores two chemicals, hydroquinone and hydrogen peroxide, in separate internal glands. To fire, it mixes them in a reinforced, heat-resistant reaction chamber, adding a cocktail of enzymes to kickstart the reaction. The result is a nearly instantaneous, explosive chemical reaction that heats the mixture to boiling, a scalding 100 degrees Celsius, and builds up immense gas pressure. This pressure blasts the caustic boiling liquid from a steerable nozzle at its rear, complete with an audible pop. But it gets even more incredible. The beetle doesn't shoot a continuous stream. It fires in rapid-fire pulses up to 500 per second. This pulsing mechanism prevents the reaction chamber from overheating and allows the beetle to conserve energy. It's a terrifying and highly effective reminder that even small creatures can pack a devastating punch. Number 7, shape-shifting master of disguise. Next up at number 7 is the undisputed grandmaster of disguise, the cuttlefish. Its skin is essentially a living, high-definition, soft display screen. It's covered with millions of pigment-filled cells called chromatophores, each one directly controlled by the cuttlefish's brain. By firing neurons that contract the muscles around these cells, the cuttlefish can expand or retract the pixels of color, allowing it to change its appearance in a fraction of a second. It can perfectly replicate the color and pattern of sand, a piece of coral, or even a man-made checkerboard, but the illusion goes even deeper than color. The cuttlefish can also change its physical skin texture using specialized muscular bumps called papillae. It can make its skin perfectly smooth one moment and then erupt in spiky ridges the next to mimic the texture of a jagged rock or a clump of algae. This combination of dynamic color and texture makes its camouflage so advanced that scientists study it to develop next-generation camouflage technology. Number 6, self-harming frog with bone claws. At number 6, we find an amphibian from Central Africa with a nickname that sounds like a comic book character, the Wolverine frog. It earned this name and the alternate horror frog for a truly gruesome reason. When this frog is grabbed or attacked by a predator, it does something unthinkable. It intentionally breaks its own bones to create claws. These aren't normal claws made of keratin, they are sharp shards of pure bone. The frog flexes a powerful muscle that snaps the bones at the tips of its toes, forcing the splintered, sharpened ends to burst right through the skin of its toe pads. It then uses these brutal bone daggers to slash and stab at its attacker. Scientists still aren't sure if the bones retract on their own or if they simply heal back over time. As for the hairy part of its name, during breeding season, males grow a coat of hair-like dermal papillae on their sides and legs. These filaments are filled with arteries and are believed to act like external gills, helping them absorb more oxygen from the water while they guard their eggs. We're halfway through our countdown, and the adaptations are only getting crazier. If you're finding these biological marvels as mind-blowing as we do us a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next deep dive into the wonders of the natural world. Number 5, lizard that walks on water. For number 5, we meet the basilisk lizard, an animal so extraordinary it's often called the Jesus Christ lizard. It earned this name for its seemingly miraculous ability to do the impossible, run across the surface of water. This isn't a simple trick of surface tension, it's a breathtaking feat of pure biomechanics. The basilisk has long toes on its hind feet, equipped with fringes of skin that flare out when they hit the water, creating a wider, more effective paddle. It then pumps its legs with incredible speed and force, taking up to 20 steps per second. Each step slaps the water with such force that it creates a pocket of air around its foot. The lizard pushes off that air pocket to propel itself forward, then yanks its foot out before the pocket collapses and drags it down. It's a stunning high-speed display of power and hydrodynamics that truly looks like a miracle in motion. Number 4, mammal that laughs at minus 70 degrees Celsius. At number 4, we travel to the harsh frozen landscapes of the Arctic tundra to meet an animal that has completely mastered the art of survival in the cold, the Arctic fox. Its primary weapon against the lethal temperatures is its incredible multi-layered fur coat, which provides the best insulation of any mammal on Earth. This fur is so effective that the fox doesn't even start to shiver until the temperature plummets to a staggering minus 70 degrees Celsius, minus 94 degrees Fahrenheit. Its coat is pristine white in the winter for camouflage against the snow, and it changes to a brown or gray color in the summer to blend in with the thawed tundra. Beyond its fur, the fox's entire body is engineered for warmth. It has a compact, rounded body shape, a short muzzle, and small ears to minimize the surface area exposed to the cold. Its paws are even covered in fur, and a special circulatory system in its legs, a countercurrent heat exchange, cools the blood going to its paws so it loses less heat to the frozen ground. When fierce blizzards hit, the fox curls into a tight ball, tucking its nose under its bushy tail, which it wraps around itself like a thick, insulated blanket. Number 3, frog that freezes solid and comes back to life. Our bronze medal, taking the number 3 spot, goes to the Alaskan wood frog, an unassuming amphibian that survives brutal Arctic winters by employing a strategy straight out of science fiction. It literally freezes solid. As winter approaches, the frog settles into a shallow depression in the forest floor and simply lets the ice form on its skin. As it freezes, a biological miracle happens. Its liver begins pumping massive amounts of glucose, a type of sugar, into every single cell in its body. This syrupy glucose solution acts as a natural antifreeze, or cryoprotectant, preventing the cells themselves from freezing and being torn apart by sharp ice crystals. While the fluid outside the cells freezes solid, the cells themselves remain protected. The frog's heart stops beating, it stops breathing, and all brain activity ceases completely. For up to 7 months, it is, for all intents and purposes, a solid block of frog ice. Then, when spring arrives, an even more incredible process begins. It thaws out, its heart restarts, its lungs begin to draw air, and it simply hops away as if nothing happened. This process of suspended animation could one day revolutionize human medicine, particularly for organ preservation. Number 2, sniper fish that shoots prey out of the air. Slipping into the number 2 spot is the archerfish, a remarkable fish that proves you don't need hands to be an expert marksman. It hunts insects and other small creatures, resting on leaves and branches above the water by shooting them down with a high-powered, precisely aimed jet of water. This is biological artillery in action. The fish pokes its mouth just above the surface and, instinctively accounting for the way light refracts and bends at the air-water interface, takes aim. It forms a narrow barrel with its tongue against a groove in the roof of its mouth and then powerfully contracts its gills, launching a focused stream of water. Incredibly, scientists discovered it does more than just squirt water. It manipulates the jet in midair. By subtly changing the speed of the water as it's expelled, it causes the stream to coalesce into a single, powerful droplet just before impact. This ensures the target is hit with maximum force, knocking the unsuspecting insect into the water below where the archerfish is waiting to gobble it up. It's a stunning masterclass in fluid dynamics and ballistics. Number 1, animal that lives without a mouth or stomach. Our number 1 most unbelievable adaptation belongs to an animal that builds entire ecosystems in an environment so hostile it was once thought to be completely devoid of life: the giant tube worm. Found miles deep on the ocean floor, clustered around hydrothermal vents, these creatures endure crushing pressures, extreme temperature gradients, and a constant bath of toxic chemicals like hydrogen sulfide, all in a world of complete darkness with zero sunlight. The secret to their impossible survival lies in what they lack. The giant tube worm has no mouth, no stomach, and no digestive system at all. Instead, it has completely outsourced its survival to a symbiotic partnership with billions of bacteria living inside its body. Its vibrant red plume, which looks like a giant paintbrush, acts as a highly specialized gill, absorbing the deadly hydrogen sulfide from the vent fluid. Special hemoglobin in its blood binds to these toxins and transports them safely to an internal organ called a trophosome, which is packed with the symbiotic bacteria. These bacteria then perform chemosynthesis, a chemical version of photosynthesis, turning the deadly toxins into rich organic food and energy for the worm. This creature essentially evolved to be a living apartment building for its own food source, creating lush oases of life in a barren, toxic wasteland and challenging our very definition of what life requires to exist. From the leaf-tailed gecko's flawless camouflage to the giant tube worm's impossible biology, the animal kingdom continually shatters our understanding of what is possible. These adaptations, honed over millions of years, are a powerful testament to the relentless, inventive, and often bizarre power of evolution. They demonstrate that for every environmental problem nature presents, a solution is waiting to be evolved, no matter how strange or counterintuitive it might seem. These animals serve as a profound reminder of how much we still have to learn about the complexities and wonders of our own incredible planet. Which of these unbelievable adaptations blew your mind the most? Was it the bone-clawed horror frog or the water-walking lizard? Let us know down in the comments. And if you want more content that explores the unbelievable side of nature, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.